Okay, I think I'm ready to do this. Let's see. Right now we're going to talk about finding a job listing because, well, let's look at the overview of Unit 4. Now make sure and read all the words. Okay, remember, read all the words, they're important. So, let's see, Unit 4, and remember that is, you can either, you can click on the schedule, but you can always go back to our unit assignments right there. And let me change this to student mode so you don't see all the junk that's in my way. But remember, I've got the unit assignment things right there. So anyway, so what are we doing with Unit 4? Well, it's basically the job portfolio. And remember, if you're on a laptop or computer, you can scroll down in the unit assignments and just click there. Okay. So we're going to do a resume and a cover letter. That's the basics of it. It's portfolio. I mean, you would turn it in all nice and pretty in class, but we'll be turning it in online. But to do that, you need to find a job description. And when I talk about a job description, what I mean is you need to think about the terminal job you're looking for. Not terminal. It won't be your last, probably. It might not be, but it could be. But the one that you're going to look for once you have your degree. And it doesn't just mean if you're getting an associate's, but you need to look at what are you going to do? Are you going to go on beyond that? Couple of English majors, right? You aren't just going to stop with an associate's in English. So, are you going to get that bachelor's, that master's, whatever? I want you to, for this assignment, you must kind of project and say, here's the final degree I want to have, here's the job, and that's the degree you'll need. So you're going to have to do a couple of things during the course of this, and I need to make a note. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, you're going to need to think about that. So if you are an English major, for example, you would say, well, I want to have, if you want to teach in high school, then you want to look and say, what do I need? Do I need that bachelor's? Do I need a master's? What do I need? If you're going to teach at college, you're going to need at least a master's. Are you aiming at university? You'll need a PhD. So one of the things you're going to have to look at is not just this job and the qualifications I need for it, but the schooling you have between here and now, because you were writing a resume for that idea of when I'm done. So you're going to put, completed my degree at NMSU, go Aggies, whatever it is, 2025, I don't know. So that's what you need to think about. So wherever you are, getting a legal assistant degree. Are you like, okay, I'm going to do this and then boom, I'm going to go out and work with a basic degree? Are you going to go on and do a bachelor's or a master's in that? So that's where I want you thinking at, is you've got to do that. So you're going to have to tell me about that. And so you're looking not only for the job, but also you're going to have to look at what is your plan. And if you're not sure where you want to go for those other degrees, pick some place that you're considering. Doesn't matter, right? And then look at what are they going to require you to do? What kind of classes are you going to have to do? So it's really twofold. I mean, you're looking at your future as a student between now and that professional job. And then you're looking at you're thinking about how would I apply for that professional job. So you're going to do some pretending that you do have those classes done, that maybe you have done some community service, some volunteer things, you have joined some professional organizations. And those are the things we're going to look at, because those are the kinds of things you want on your resume. As I've mentioned a number of times, you're going to graduate with people who have the same degree as you, not just here at El Paso Community College or at NMSU or UNM or wherever, but across the world. And you're going to be competing for jobs with people who have experience that you don't have. So all of these kinds of things you can do while you're going through school make a difference in terms of your resume, make a difference in terms of somebody wanting to talk to you when there's another resume right beside it that has somebody who has 5 or 10 years of experience. So those kinds of things are the things you need to think about now. So as you're finishing up, you can start to build that and you'll have that resume. So let's go back to the screen. So that's what you need to do. Check out, take a look at that. So let me go back to our schedule. We'll be doing some things. We'll be working with the journals a little more throughout this. So we'll be, looking at, of course, writing the resume, and we've got some source summary there. Here is a week where you're really doing a lot of research for your job document. So that includes that looking at schooling you may have left, other opportunities that'll come up before you're in the full-time job market or part-time or whatever job market, doing your research on the company, that kind of thing. And of course, company would be, of course, school, if you're working for schools, whatever it is, so the organization. So over the next couple of weeks, we're doing a number of things like that. Now, a lot of times the first thing people want to do is just let me just hit Google and see jobs. And of course, I mean, you can find things there, and but what we want to do is we want to really look for those places, and you may find them, and that's fine. But notice too how this job listing search changes. This is just very general, and so that was just professional jobs. And I'm giving the example of education. So then it gets much more, a little more specific. And Google, Google does have more of a focused search there for it, and you'll see that there are wow, how did English teacher come up? And you can do more filters. So that's giving us kind of a more focused thing, and this is integrating with Google, and so it's giving us those things. But you want to check like apply on military.com. This will give you read more. I'm going to show you how you look at those things. And of course, when I said higher education, it gets even more focused than if I'd have said English or language and linguistics. So any of those things, I mean, those can work. But one of the things for you to check out is on the 2311 page on kelli.ninja are a couple of things. One is the Occupational Outlook handbook, which you may want to take a look at. I mentioned it when we were talking a little bit about career papers as a kind of possibility for the Unit 5 report. And this is, you can go in and search. So for example, I'm just going to stick with, let's do chef, right, Amy? So if we want to be a chef, and then we wait. And chefs and head cooks, here we go, or bakers, or, whatever it is. So chefs and head cooks. And the Occupational Outlook handbook is by, of course, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And so every year they gather all this information. Now that medium pay, be aware of that. For English professors or English instructors, it says 78,000. I don't make that, and I've been working at the college for over 16 years. So, that's a median pay. It always depends on where you are. And it gives you kind of what they do, the environment, and you can see it, you can open the link and it should give us a little more information there. So this can be helpful as you think about things, but also as you're looking at things like the job outlook, and things like how to become one, where how to become one gives you licenses, certifications, important qualities. And these are kinds of things that help you kind of develop a wording for your resume and your cover letter. They're not the primary things, but they really do help that. So you might want to take a look at that and let that kind of help you some. So that's one of the links on the 2311 page. But the other ones that are specifically here for this unit are the professional organizations, associations and organizations. Now, most of these charge membership. Most of them have a student level, so it's much cheaper. Like I'm going to give you examples of the legal assistant one, and there's one that is a local one in El Paso, one that's $15 instead of the 45 or 65 a year. And those are really good because they show you are part of that. They help you network, make connections. Those things can't be underestimated. If you meet somebody and you're going, say you want to be a paralegal, because some of you do, and you start to attend these meetings, you do some of the, take advantage of some of the things they offer, you meet people, and you're getting close to graduation, and because in talking, in meetings, afterwards and everything, and just learn to talk to people. That's really key. And it's just, I had to make myself do it. Um, was not born good at it. But anyway, somebody says, oh, so-and-so's hiring, or they already know you, or you can come out with a recommendation from more than just your teachers, but also from someone who works in the community who says, you can say, she's a member or he's a member of this organization, and, seen them, worked with them for, over the last year and whatever. So those things are really key, and they're good, and they also give you most organizations do some charity, community work, but they give you different opportunities and things to go to conferences, stuff like that. And those things will become important because those are the kinds of things that not everybody who's getting the same education as you are is getting. And that's why you got to go out and get it. So you got to take time to find a couple of these that will work for you. So, um, you know, I've general accounting, criminal justice. I've specifically looked a lot for things that require 2311, and so education. I know, and those of you who are English majors, this has this nursing, paralegal, tourism, and travel. So all of these give educate. Duh. Things. Anyway, this is a link to the paralegal one. Um, oh, this one, Texas State Bar Legal Links of Interest. Um, this is their thing. They have a number of organizations, and I picked this one because it does have the El Paso Paralegal Organization. Oops, I thought I had. Oh no, okay. Well, let's go ahead and check that out. Let me show you real quick. And so it doesn't give, one of these things they do is a lot of them only show you jobs if you're actually a member. And so when we look at members only, you can see job bank. And so that is another benefit of membership is sometimes they'll post jobs earlier on something like this than they would on Indeed or any other job board. And so you can see here they have a student fee, $15, and you have to be enrolled in a bar association approved program, and since the community college is accredited, they should be. So there is one other one I wanted to look at though. Oh, this was the National Association of Legal Assistants, and so it does give job postings. When you go there, Career Center, it has open and free job postings. And so one of the ones I clicked on, oh, where'd it go? I can't remember. Oh, Cheyenne, Wyoming. I was like, what the heck? I was like, okay, wait, Dallas, I don't know, LA. Oh, no, there's a lot of cases of COVID there. Yeah. Oh, Wyoming. So anyway, you click on this and you're going to get the description. So if you're not going to get a degree in paralegal, though, don't breeze over this. Pay attention here because most of these postings on other sites are a lot like this. They give you the company name, what it is, full-time, where. When you get an abbreviation like this, I just did a search for it and then I had to add in some words. I said abbreviation jobs. Some job descriptions simply describe wages competitive. Others may use acronym DOE, which indicates the compensation depends on experience. So when you see things you don't recognize, look those up. That's your job. It gives you so here's the job summary, here's the position, so what are the specific things you would need to do, and here are the requirements. What do they require? More importantly, and of course the due date. And even if you find one that's going to expire while we're in this process, don't worry, we're pretending, right? More importantly, it gives the link, and here it's not clickable, but remember, just copy and paste or copy and go to. And so when we go to, we end up right here. Here's the job. So again, it's the same. You can see it's the same description they posted on the National Association of Legal Assistants thing. But what we really want to look at here is, two things. One is, once you find a job, if you're like, hey, okay, let me just imagine I'm all done with school and I'm going to apply for that, make sure and save that. So here, it's not like a PDF or anything. I would copy and paste it into a document, a Word document, and save that, okay? Because part of my grading your work is, did you apply for this job well? But also make sure that you save the URL, okay? Copy that and put it with that. Paste the description in a document and put from, and then put in that URL. So you could go back to it, I could go back to it. Obviously if it disappeared, we'll have that hard copy, okay? So make sure you have that, because I cannot help you write the best resume and cover letter if I'm not looking at the same thing. Because you don't write one resume and one cover letter. Not if you really want a job. If you really want a job, you write a resume and a cover letter for that job posting, for that company, that business, that university, that school. And that's how you do it. And we'll read a lot about that So anyway, so one of the things you've got to do is keep that, because that's one of the assignments too, is say is you have to do a journal entry where you put that information there. So make sure you save that. So once you save it, the other thing you want to do is you want to start looking around that website, because when you're writing for that job, you want your letter to sound like you wrote to those people for that job. And so you need to look at that website, get a feel for it. What's the tone? What is their, do they have a mission statement of values? And of course, the best place to start is like here, we can just go to that website, right here it is, and read it. What does it say? And then about us, what is their mission? What do they do? That, get a feel for that. Look around, and see what you can find. Okay. Because that is another thing that is going to have to go into. It's more of the information you need to know for that. So, um, that's kind of key stuff to think about. And the 2311 page has a lot of resources for you. So make sure and use those, okay? Wait, let me go back here. Let's go back and look at the schedule. So as we're looking at the schedule, this is for finding professional job listings. You need to start looking so that if you can't find any, I can help you out. That's what I'm here for. In a couple of weeks, you need to make sure that you have all of that. Okay, so start looking now. Find something you like, but then you need to also start looking at education you'll need, what's going to be between here and there, and other things that you can do. So, I got a coughing fit. No, I'm okay. I haven't been exposed. I haven't been outside forever. Um, I need to go outside in the outside world, at least in the backyard. So anyway, too much sitting and planning classes. But anyway, that should get you started on one, looking for that professional job and thinking about what to look at. Go through the syllabus and look at those assignments for. Read through the unit assignment. It's pretty straightforward. But go through the syllabus, our schedule, and look at the assignments for Unit 4. And that way you have an idea of what you're doing. Because really at this point, if you want to do your Unit 3, then you've already started thinking about it. Keep working on it. Ask me questions. That's just going to be, since it's extra credit, you got to talk to me about it. With Unit 4 and 5, that's all we have left. So we're looking at finish up the, do a resume and a cover letter, and then do that, work on that final thing. So that's where we're at. Okay. Anyway, that's all I got. That's way too long. All right. Ask me questions. Happy searching for your jobs, and I'm excited to see what you find and what we get to. Remember, this is kind of like the dream project. What's my dream of where I want to be professionally? Okay, so dream big.